PharmD Nation, are you a college-bound family, or do you currently have kids in college and you're still trying to figure out how you're going to pay for it? Well, if this sounds like you, there are 4 critically important questions that you're going to want to answer when it comes time to performing the proper college planning I think all families with kids who want to go to college should do. So question number 1, I think all college-bound parents should answer is, what do you think you can afford from your own family budget to help pay for schooling? And when I say what can you afford, what do you have put away right now, and what do you anticipate having when it comes time to pay for those college expenses? It could be money right now in a 529. It could be money in a Roth account. It could be other parent assets that you anticipate using to pay for college. It could be other student assets that you anticipate them using to pay for college. It could be student income while they're in college that you know will go toward paying for that education, or it could be grandparent assets. So having a really good understanding of what you actually can afford as a family goes a long way in college planning. The critically important second question to answer is, what do you think colleges think you can afford? And that comes down to figuring out what your expected family contribution is. What do colleges think you can afford and will be forced to pay when it comes time to foot the bill for college? And that number comes out of your FAFSA calculation when you fill out all that FAFSA paperwork. Now remember, a lower expected family contribution is better because it means your financial need is greater, and a lot of the time there are ways you can get help filling that financial need. So lowering your expected family contribution is critically important. Question number 3 is, what are your total out-of-pocket costs for all years in any college attendance? So if you believe that your child is going to go to a 4-year school and get a 4-year degree, after 4 years, what's the total out-of-pocket cost you anticipate having to pay? And then finally, critical question number 4 is, what is the funding gap after it's all said and done? So now you understand what you can afford, you understand what your expected family contribution is, and you have a really good idea of what the total cost of college will be over whatever duration you expect your student to be in school. After you subtract what you have versus what it's going to cost, there could be a funding gap. And having an understanding of how you're going to want to fill that gap, whether it's through student loans or another avenue, is really, really important to get an idea of what life might look like and what payments might look like after that college duration is over with. So if you're a family that is getting ready or preparing to send a child off to college, answering those 4 critical questions could help go a long way in maximizing the planning opportunities you have available to you when it comes to figuring out how you could potentially pay for college.